sukh, and ekaggata. These are the factors of concentrations. That is why they are called as jhanangas. Jhananga, jhana means jhapeti ti jhanam, that which it burns or extinguishes or destroys. That is called as dhyan. Dhyan, or in Sanskrit it is called as dhyan. Dhyan is that which removes, destroys, or burns our defiling factors. So we had discussed that there are 5 types of hindrances, technically known as nivarnas, which put obstacle in the path of concentration, namely kamachand, vyapad, thinmidhi, udhaj, kukuch, and vichikitsha. So these 5 types of nivarnas are being removed by the 5 factors of concentrations, namely Pratham Jhan, Dutiya Jhan, Tatiya Jhan, Chaturtha Jhan, and Pancham Jhan. These 5 types of concentrations or 5 factors of concentrations are Vitak Vichar Piti Sukha Ekta Sahitam Pratham Jhanam, Vichar Piti Sukha Ekta Sahitam Dutiya Jhanam, Piti Sukha Ekta Sahitam Tatiya Jhanam, Sukha Ekagta Sahitam Chaturtha Jhanam, Upekha Ekaggata Sahitam Pancham Jhanam. So these are the 5 factors which destroy the 5 hindrances, nivarnas, which are the immoral states or the immoral dharmas or kusala dharma, which put obstacle in the path of samadhi. So a yogavachar in the Samadhi Acharya Buddha Ghosa has discussed in the 3rd chapter, Kamathan Gahan Niddesh, that how a yogavachar may proceed for the concentration. And he finds that there are 40 subjects of meditations, 44 Kamathan, Karma sthan, that is the karma means action, sthan means place. The literal meaning of karma sthan is the place of action, but in technical sense it is called as a subjects of meditations. Karma sthan, karma is here in the sense of concentration or samadhi. So here place of subjects of meditations are 40 number. In the last class we had discussed 10 kasin, 10 ashubh, 10 anusati, 4 brahma vihar, chaturdhatu bhavathanam, ahara patikul sañjā. So in the last class we had discussed about, if you remember, then we had discussed about all the 40 subjects of meditations, like 10 ashubh, 10 kasin, 10 kasin, 10 ashubh, 10 recollections, that is the 10 anusati, then 4 brahma vihar, namely maitri, karuna, mudita, and upekha, and then ahare patikul sañjā, 1 repulsiveness of the concentrations, then 4 brahma vihar, and then ahar patikul sañjā, and then chaturdhatu bhavathanam. So these are the chaturdhatu 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air. And there are 4 types of arupa, that is the namely akasa, beyond akincha, and nev sañjā, na sañjā ayatana. So these are the 40 subjects of meditations on which a yogavachar is supposed to make concentrations, or he has to concentrate his mind. But there is a need of that who can give us that which subjects of meditations out of the 40 subjects of meditations is suitable for a particular person or a yogavachar. Then there is a need of Kalyan Mitra. The Acharya Buddha Ghosa says that Kalyan Mitra is that person who gives suggestions to a yogavachar that which type of subjects of meditation is suitable to a particular person. So there is a need of temperament. There are 6 types of temperament in our Pali literature. that there are 6 temperaments of a particular personality, like Raga, Dosa, Moha. These are the 3 akusala. Then there are 3 kusala, namely Saddha, Vitakka, and Buddhi. These are the altogether 6 types of temperament. A temperament is that a particular person, suppose one who has the temperament of hatred, he has a consciousness to harm the people every time. So, as per the Yogavachar temperament, a Kalyanamitta has to select out of the 4 Brahma Vihar, that is the Maitri, to the particular Yogavachar, and then he has to make a Maitri Bhavana or Metta Bhavana or Karuna Bhavana or Mudita Bhavana. Bhavana is the practice or development or cultivation of those our moral practices. So this is the duty of Kalyanamitta. Buddhi is the best Kalyanamitta. If Buddhi is not available, then a person who is in the stage of Arhat Magga, he can be suitable Kalyanamitta. If Arhat or Arhat Magga is not available, then a person who is in the stage of Sotapatti, Sagdagami, Anagami, he can be a best Kalyanamitta. If these persons are also not available, then a person who is Suttadhar, Vinaydhar, and Matikadhar, that is the Abhidhammadhar, he can be best Kalyanamitta. Even though if these 3 persons are not available, Suttadhar, Vinaydhar, and Matikadhar, then Nikayadhar, any Degh Nikaya, Majhim Nikaya, Sanjukta Nikaya, Angutar Nikaya, and Khuddaka Nikaya. If anyone, a person who knows any of the Nikayas, he can be best Kalyanamitta. There is a prescription also that if these persons are also not available, then a Yogavachar can keep an image of the Blessed One Buddha, and he can imagine as a best Kalyanamitta the image of the Buddha, and through his inspirations he can develop any one of the 40 subjects of meditations. So meditations we have discussed Rup Samadhi and Arup Samadhi. Here in Samadhi, a Yogavachar has removed the 5 types of Nivarnas. His consciousness has become cool and calm, quiet and calm, and then he wants to move in the path of that is the paññā, that is the right understanding. So let us discuss now. We are going to discuss the 3rd aspect of the paññā. That is the 3 steps. We had discussed that there are 3 types of our seal, samadhi, and paññā. So this is we are going to discuss today wisdom. That there is a translation of paññā. In Sanskrit it is called as pragya. Some of the Western scholars have translated it as a wisdom. But according to Indian tradition, there is an exact translation of the paññā is right understanding. So paññā has been defined. Let us discuss in a very brief manner what is the paññā and how Acharya Buddha Ghosa has discussed paññā in the text Visuddhimagga in the 14th chapter. We have seen that first 2 chapters like Seal Nidesh and Dhutang Nidesh are discussing about the seal, and from the chapter 3rd to chapter 13 there is a discussion on the samadhi, and from the chapter 14th to chapter 23rd there is a discussion on paññā, that is the right understanding or the wisdom. Paññā or pragya, one who says that there is one of the perfections also. There are 6 types of perfections or the paramitas. Paramitas are those human values through which a person can cross a process of repeated existence from one source of the existence to another source of existence. That is why it has been defined as param gatam iti paramita. That those human values which take a person from the one source of the existence to the another source of the existence, this is called as paramita. There are 6 paramita: dhan paramita, sil paramita, shanti paramita, briya paramita, dhyan paramita, and prajna paramita. Prajna paramita is the best one. The last prajna paramita, that is the right understanding. Even if you go through the eightfold path, you will see that first 2, that is the sammaditthi and samma sankappa. These 2 are designated as a paññā out of the eightfold path. So let us discuss what is the paññā. Paññā is that in the literal meaning of the paññā is made up of 2 words, pa plus ya. Pa is the prefix, ya is the dhatu. Ya means to know. The literal meaning of paññā, there is a sutra in Kachayan Vyakaran Pali that par dve bhave thane, that if there is a consonant after one vowel, then the consonant becomes double. So here pa plus ya, there is a vowel here pa and there is a consonant ya. So this ya becomes double, par dve bhave thane. Then it becomes a paññā. There are double ya here. So paññā is that through which all a person comes to know that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, and all dhammas are subject to soulless. In the beginning of the class, we had discussed in the Visuddhimagga that what is the Visuddhimagga, the path of the purification. Then we had seen that one who knows that sabbe sankhara niccati jadai paññā pasati ath nibandhite dukkhe ismaggo visuddhiya sabbe sankhara dukkhati jadai paññā pasati ath nibandhite dukkhe ismaggo visuddhiya sabbe dhamma anattati jadai paññā pasati ath nibandhite dukkhe ismaggo visuddhiya. That all things are subject to impermanence. If a person who sees through the right understanding, that is the paññā or the prajna, all his sufferings, dukkha, are being ceased, and this is the path of the purifications. Again, a person who sees through the right understanding that all things are subject to suffering, that is the sabbe sankhara dukkha, and then his sufferings are being ceased, and this is the path of the purifications. And lastly, all dhammas are subject to soulless. If a person who sees, visualizes the things that all dhammas are subject to soulless, all his sufferings are being ceased, and this is the path of the purifications. So this is the paññā through which a person is able to know that anicca, dukkha, and anatta, that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, and all dhammas are subject to soulless. Acharya Buddha Ghosh has defined this wisdom or the right understanding in the manner of kusalacitta sampayuttaṁ vipassanā ñānaṁ ti paññā. So here paññā is associated with the kusalacitta, that is the moral consciousness, vipassanā ñānaṁ, that is the knowledge associated with the right understanding, that is the paññā. This is called as paññā, right understanding. So kusalacitta sampayuttaṁ, associated with the moral consciousness, vipassanā ñānaṁ, knowledge of the insight. We'll discuss about the what is the vipassana, that associated with the moral consciousness, the knowledge of the vipassana is called as paññā. Acharya Nagasen in the Milinda Paññā defines it as a Chedana lakkhaṇā paññā, obhāsana lakkhaṇā paññā. That paññā has the characteristics of cutting off. Cutting off means that it has the characteristics to cut off the immoral states. In the samadhi, we have seen that samadhi, in the Rup Samadhi, all the nivarnas or the hindrances which are putting obstacle in the path of concentrations are being destroyed. So here also, Chedana lakkhaṇā, that all the immoral dhammas, raga, dvesa, moha, klesas, defiling factors, or the nivarnas are being removed. So this is the characteristics of the paññā, Chedana lakkhaṇā paññā. So example has been given by Acharya Nagasen, just like a farmer who goes to the field and with the sharpened knife in the right side, and whenever he plucks the grains in the left hand and he cuts the grain in the field, in the same manner our this paññā, that is the right understanding, it cuts all the immoral dhammas which are arising on the surface of our mind. So this example has been given by, again, example definition of our paññā has been given by Acharya Nagasen, that obhāsana lakkhaṇā paññā. Obhāsana means enlightenment, that it has the characteristics to get enlightenment. Buddha became the Buddha, Siddhartha Gautam became the Buddha because of the paññā, or the right understanding. Because of the right understanding, he was able to get the knowledge of the Four Noble Truths, dukkha mariya satyam, dukkha samudaya ariya satyam, dukkha nirodha mariya satyam, dukkha nirodha gamani patipadariya satyam. It was the medium, or through the paññā, he became able to know the realization of the Four Noble Truths, Eightfold Path, Law of Dependent Originations. So this is the paññā. So paññā has a very great importance or significance in the adhyatmic life or the religious life. And for the spiritual development, a yogavachara has to adopt the paññā, or the right understanding. So for understanding, Acharya Buddha Ghosa has given examples of the sañjā, vijānana, and the paññā. There are three words which have been discussed by Acharya Buddha Ghosa in the 14th chapter. He discusses that what is the difference between sañjā, vijānana, and the paññā. Sañjā is the perceptions. In English it is called Nil Pita Adi Bhedena Sanjanati iti sañjā. That it is the sangya, or the sañjā, through which a person is able to know the color and the shape of the object. That this is the mobile, this is rectangular, this is the circular, or the whatever the color. The color and the form of the object, alamban, is being known by the sañjā. Through the sañjā, we are able to know that Nil Pita Adi Bhedena Sanjanati iti sañjā. That this is the red, this is the blue, this is the white, this is the yellow, this is the cylindrical, whatever the size and the color of the object is being known by the perceptions. Then what is vijānana? Vijānana is that through which a person comes to know about that this is the mobile. This shape is called as the mobile. This is the book, this is the pen. This is the through vijnana. Through the vijnana, we are able to know that this is the pen. This is the black in color. It has the quality of writing the things on the plain paper. So this is the vijnana through which we are able to know. So that is why it is called alamban chinteti tijitam vijanati tiyatto. That it is the object, it is the paññā through which a person comes to know about that this is the pen, it has the characteristics to write on the plain paper, but we also comes to know that one day it is being destroyed, because all things are subject to impermanence. Because the pain has come, one day the pain has to be broken also. So this is the paññā through which we are able to know. That is why it is called as vijānati tiyatho, vijanan lakkhaṇam ti paññā. That it has the characteristics to know the nature of the our objects also, that it has the characteristics to be destroyed. Then what is the paññā? The last you can say. So paññā is through which we are able to know that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, and all dhammas are subject to soulless. And through that paññā, a person is able to move towards getting a state of eternal bliss. It is through the paññā, a person tries to develop his consciousness and to get a state of eternal bliss or the nirvana. So a person moves to the sotapati magga, sotapati phala, sagdagami magga, sagdagami phala, anagami magga, anagami phala, arhata magga, and arhata phala. There are 4 magga path and there are 4 phala fruits through which a person becomes arhat. So this is the paññā. Paññā has the definitions have been given. If you can go through you can say our reading material, you will see that how the paññā has been designed. Wisdom has to be understood as distinct from the sañjānana and the vijānana. Perceptions observes distinguishes one object as distinct from another in terms of color, shape, etc. Intellectual knowledge is analytical knowledge, and object is not only known as distinct from another, but also its characteristics. Characteristics, what is that? That it is impermanent. Paññā is the experiential and intuitional knowledge. Intuitional through there are 5 types of abhiññā or avijñā through which a person comes to know about the 4 stages of life, spiritual life, sotapati, sagdagami, anagami, and arhat. So this has been given. So the meditator can realize the true nature of the things only in relation to the knowledge of the following objects. Now we are coming to the main theme, that how paññā can be developed, how a yogavachar has to practice the paññā. And we have also discussed the paññā. Some of the scholars Buddha also says that paññā is sammaditthi. So paññā has been also designated as we have seen in the Eightfold Path, that is the sammaditthi, samyak drishti, as well as samma sankappo, samyak sankalpa. These are also called as our paññā. Then what is the sammaditthi? Let us discuss in a very brief manner. Sammaditthi is samma dasanam iti sammaditthi. That in a literal sense, or the literal translation of the sammaditthi is visualizing the things in a proper manner, is called as sammaditthi. That samma dasanam iti sammaditthi. But here in the text Dhammasangani, it has been defined as dukkha ñānaṁ, dukkha samudaya ñānaṁ, dukkha nirodham ñānaṁ, dukkha nirodhagamini patipada ñānaṁ, idhipacayata ñānaṁ, paticca samuppannesu dhammesu ñānaṁ, aparantam ñānaṁ, pubatta aparantam ñānaṁ. Means knowledge of dukkham arya satyam, knowledge of the dukkha samudaya arya satyam, knowledge of the cessation of the noble truth, that is dukkha nirodham arya satyam, and then knowledge of the dukkha nirodha gamani patipadariya satyam, then knowledge of the law of conditionality id pachayata, and law of dependent origination patisamujpad, and the past existence, present existence, and the future existence. This is called as samadhi. So in the text it has been defined what is the samadhi. But in the samadhi sutta, which is one of the sutta of Majjhima Nikaya, samadhi has been defined as that one who knows the kusala, kusala mula, one who knows the akusala, akusala mula, he knows the right understanding or the samadhi. Then it is said that one who knows the ahar, ahar samuday, ahar nirodham, ahar nirodhagamni patipada, then he knows the samadhi, that is the right understanding. Then it is said that one who knows the Four Noble Truths, that dukkham ariya satyam, dukh samuday ariya satyam, dukh nirodham ariya satyam, dukh nirodhagamni patipada ariya satyam, this is called as our samadhi. Then again in Sariputta, Dhamm Senapati Sariputta also says that in Samadhi Sutta that our samadhi is one who knows the 12 links of the law of dependent origination from the abhijja pache, sankhara, sankhara pache, bhyana, bhyana pache, nam rupa pache, passo pache, salayatan, salayatan pache, vedana, vedana pache, tanha, tanha pache, upadan pache, bhav pache, jati, jati pache, jara maran. One who knows the 12 links in the anulomane and patilomane. He is in the possession of the right understanding. And lastly, Dhamm Senapati Sariputta says that one who knows the ahar, asava, one who knows the asav samuday, one who knows the asav nirodha, one who knows the asav nirodha gamni patipada, he is in the possession of the samadhi. So this is called as samadhi. Then the next portion is it is called as samma sankappo. What is samma sankappo? Samma sankappo is the nekham sankappo, abhyapad sankappo, and avihinsa sankappo. These three are called as samma sankappo. Nekham sankappo, right determinations related to renouncing the household life. Abhyapad sankappo, a determinations to help others. Abhyapad, not having hatred to others. And avihinsa sankappo, that a determinations of having the compassion, that is the karuna, avihinsa. This is called as, so samadhi and samma sankappo, both these are called as paññā. So here paññā in the right, in the 14th chapter, Acharya Buddha goes discusses with the help of insight tree, that is the paññā rukha, paññā brikha, that is the vipassanā tree, that he has given an example of a tree. That suppose there is a tree, there are roots also, and there are trunk, and then there are branches. In the same manner, here for understanding the paññā, there is a paññā bhumi nirdesha. Paññā bhumi means there is a bhumi, that is the place where paññā right understanding can be developed. So what is the base of that? It has been said that there is a khandhas, panch khandhas, rupa khandha, vedana khandha, sanya khandha, sankar khandha, bhyan khandha. These 5 khandhas are the base of the standing of a tree on the bhumi. And then what are the 12 aitanas? 12 bases are also called as a base of a standing of the vipassanā tree. And then there are dhatus, 18 dhatu, that is the six senses, chakku, sot, ghan, jihva, kai, and there is a sixth sense, that is the mana, and there are six objects also, namely rupa, sabda, gandha, rasa, potabba, and mayatana. And there are six types of vijānanas, namely chakku vijāna, sot vijāna, ghan vijāna, jihva vijāna, kaya vijāna. Altogether there are 18 types of elements which are also acting as a base of vipassana tree. We'll discuss that, what are the branches and what are the trunks and what are the roots also. We'll discuss in a very brief manner. And then there are 22 types of indriyas. We are having the 5 indriyas, chakku, sot, ghan, jihva, kai. There are other 2 indriyas also, like ith indriya, purus indriya, then jivit indriya, and altogether there are 22 types of indriyas which are available in our Pali literature. So all these indriyas are becoming the part of the bhumi, that is the plains of standing of the vipassana tree. Then there are 4 noble truths: dukkha mariya satyam, dukh samudaya satyam, dukh nirodha mariya satyam, dukh nirodha gamani patipadariya satyam. These 4 truths are also acting as a our bhumi of the vipassana tree. Then law of dependent originations, that is the 12 links of the law of dependent originations. We are not going to discuss all the details. Law of dependent originations. Now we are coming to the how these, what we have just discussed about these are the parts of the bhumi where the vipassana tree can be developed. Now a yogavachar has to develop the actions. Now there is a trunk and there are branches of the our practicing or developing our consciousness. So in the Rath Vinitya Sutta of the Majjhima Nikaya, the Blessed One Buddha has given 7-fold of the purifications of the consciousness. Sat Visuddhi. What are the 7 Sat Visuddhi? These are the Sila Visuddhi, Chit Visuddhi, Diktha Visuddhi, Kankha Vitarana Visuddhi, then Mag, Amag Yan Darsana Visuddhi, then Patipada Yan Darsana Visuddhi, and then Yan Darsana Visuddhi. These are the 7 stages of purifications through which a yogavachar, a person, can purify his consciousness. Our consciousness is immense pure by the nature. Pakati pavasaram idam chittam tamcha ko agantuke upkilese upkilitam. Our consciousness becomes defiled because of inward incoming defiling factors. And whenever they are being defiled, we have to remove the defiling factors, which are 10 in number. And how they can be removed? These are the Sila Visuddhi and Chitta Visuddhi. These first two are acting as roots. Every tree has the roots also. And what are the roots? Here Sila Visuddhi and the Chitta Visuddhi. First 2 are performing as a roots of the tree. As a roots of the tree, support for the standing of the tree in the same manner. Sila Visuddhi and Chitta Visuddhi are acting as a purification of our consciousness. So Sila Visuddhi, purification of our consciousness. Here we have discussed that how through the seal a person can purify his consciousness. That seal is Panchasil, Dasasil, Attasil. We have seen there are 4 types of main Pati Mukha Sambar seal, Indriya Sambar seal, Ajiva Parisuddhi seal, and Pachay Sanisita seal. These are the 4 major headings under which the seal or morality can be purified. Our consciousness can be purified. Now here Chitta Visuddhi second. Chitta is the name of the concentration. So if you go through the verse, Sile patithai naro sampayuttaṁ chittam paññā cha bhavayam atapi nipko bhikkhu so imam vijete jatamti. Sile patithai naro sampayuttaṁ, that a nar, a person who is established in the path of the morality, he may develop that chittam paññā cha bhavayam, chittamti samadhi. So here it is the name of the Rup Samadhi and Arup Samadhi. In the Rup Samadhi, we have seen that how 5 Nivarnas are being removed, and in Arup Samadhi, a Yogavachar can purify his consciousness through Akasa-enchaitan, Vijnana-enchaitan, Akinchaitan, Nevsanya, Nasanyayatana. So this is the Chitta Visuddhi, that purifications through the Rup Samadhi and Arup Samadhi. Now there is a next stage of the purification of the consciousness through the Ditthi Visuddhi. Now from the Ditthi Visuddhi, the remaining 5, they are called as the trunk of the Vipassana tree. From here, the branches are developed. So here, this is the main Sila Visuddhi and the Chitta Visuddhi. They are forming as a roots of the Vipassana tree. So there are 2 stages of the purification of a being, that is the Samatha and Vipassana. There are 2 terms which are coming for related with the meditations. Samatha is samana. Samana means that to destroy our hindrances. Samana, that it is the another name of Rup Samadhi and Arup Samadhi. And Vipassana is anicca adi visesh pakarena passati iti Vipassana. That if a person who is visualizing that all things are subject to impermanence, all things are subject to suffering, all dhammas are subject to soulless, this is called as Vipassana. So here now we are coming to the Vipassana bhumi, that how through the Vipassana a person can purify his consciousness. So here Ditthi means the false views, that is the false views means that Michhaditti or Mithya Drishti. In the Brahmajala Sutta, we are having the 62 types of Michhaditti, which were prevalent at the time of 6th century BC or at the time of the Buddha also. So there are 62 types of Michhaditti which have been discussed in the first sutta of our Brahmajala Sutta of Digha Nikaya. So how through the false views, these false views are related with that there is a permanent entity in the personality of a being, there is a permanent soul in the personality of a being. This type of thinking is called as Michhaditti. There is a Sakkayaditti, Vichikicha, Silvat. So all these are related with the false views. So whenever there is a purifications by the removal of the 62 types of Michhaditti, this is called as a purification of views. Then next is called as Kankha Vitarana Visuddhi. Kankha iti Sansayo. Sansayo means doubts. Doubts related with the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Whenever a person who has the doubt related with the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, Tisarana, then it is called as Kankha. Vitaran means unfolding. Visuddhi means purifications related with the unfolding of the doubts related with the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. So a Yogavachara is supposed to remove the doubts related with the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Then next is called as Magga, Amagga, Jnana Darsana Visuddhi. Purifications by visualizing the knowledge related with what is path and what is not path. We have seen that what is the path, that is the Athangiko Maggo, that is the Sil, Samadhi and Paññā. that is the morality, concentration, and the right understanding. What is path and what is not path? Not knowing the Four Noble Truth, not knowing the law of dependent origination, not knowing the past existence, present existence, and the future existence. Not knowing the law of conditionality, not knowing the law of dependent origination. This is called as our amagga. Amagga means not knowing the path. What is path and what is not path? So purifications can be done by a yogavachar by visualizing the knowledge related with what is a path and what is not a path. There are some of the detailed descriptions which have been given in the chapters from the 14th to 23rd chapters. We are not going to discuss in a very detailed manner, but what is the main crux of that our subject matter of from the 14th chapter to 13th chapters, 23rd chapters we are discussing. Then next is the Patipada Yan Dasan Visuddhi, purifications through the visualizing the knowledge related with the path. Patipada means Majjhima Patipada. So we see in the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta how Buddha says that Dvime anta pabhujitena na sabitabba. O monks, the two extremes cannot be followed by a person who has taken a life of recluse. Then what are the two extremes? Kamesu kamsu kullikana yogo, association with the sensual pleasure, and atkal mathan yogo, that association with the self-mortification. These are the two extremes, and in between these two extremes, Buddha has prescribed a middle path that is called as Majjhima Patipada. That is the Tathagatena Visambuddha Chakchu Karni Yan Karni Upsamma Nibbana Smatati. So here the path through the middle path, visualizing the knowledge of the path, that is the middle path. What is the middle path? Aimeyo ariya thangiko maggo seditam samma ditti samma sankappo samma vacha samma kamanto samma ajivo samma vyamo samma sati samma samadhi. So these are the eightfold path. So through this visualizing the path, a person purifies his consciousness. Then lastly, it comes to the Jnana Dasan Visuddhi, that is the purifications by the visualizing the knowledge of the Four Noble Truth, Eightfold Path, Law of Dependent Originations, Law of Conditionality. This is called as Jnana Dasan Visuddhi. After that, there is a path, four path, that is the Sotapatti, Sagdagami, Anagami, and Arhat. And there are four phal also, that Sotapatti phal, Sagdagami phal, Anagami phal, and Arhat phal. So these are the 8 types of path through which a person tries to get a state of eternal bliss or nirvana. So that is why it is called as Sila, Samadhi, and Paññā, that these are the 3 paths, 3 marg or the mug through which a yogavachar can get a state of eternal bliss. The Blessed One Buddha also says that Sile Paribhavito Samadhi Mahaphaloti, that whenever the Samadhi is being followed based upon the Sila, that is the morality, it becomes more fruitful. And when Paññā is being followed based upon the Samadhi, Samadhi Paribhavito Paññā Mahafalohoti, that it becomes very more fruitful. And then lastly, Buddha says that Paññā Paribhavito Yogavacharo Asav Vimutto Hoti, that he becomes free from the all asavas, intoxicants related with the kamasav, bhavasav, ditthi asav, and abhijja asav. So these are the three paths. That is why Acharya Buddha Ghosh says that these three paths are called as Tisso Sikha. Tisso Sikha means here Sikha is in the sense of Siksha. In Sanskrit it is called as Siksha. Here Sikshas are the trainings. What is the trainings? Trainings are the following the Panchasil, Dasasil, Attasil, Dasasil. For the monks, there are 227 rules and there are 311 rules for the nuns. And these are summarized under the Patimukha, Bhikkhu Patimukha and Bhikkhuni Patimukha. Patimukha is a name of the book which discusses about the code of conduct related with the monks and nuns. So Sikha, these trainings are not in that it is being followed by for only 1 month or 2 months or 3 months. It has been continuously followed by a jhukavachar. That is why it is called as Sikhit Ba'athena Sikha. That the trainings are in the sense of getting trainings again and again. So again Acharya Buddha Ghosh says that asevana means that trainings must be followed by the way of repetition. Repetitions means you have to follow again and again. Panchasil, Dasasil, Attasil, Dasasil. Then you have to follow the 227 rules under the Parajika, Sangadisesa, Nitya Dhamma, Nisagya Pachitya, Adhikaran Samatha, Patidesaniya. Like that you have to follow again and again. It is not for only 1 month that I have followed the 227 rules and now there is no need of getting. But till our consciousness is not being purified completely, a person does not get a state of eternal bliss. He has to follow all these things. So this is our, you can say, the path. So here the 4 magga, 4 phal starts, and then what are the benefits of our paññā? Acharya Buddha Ghosh discusses in a very brief manner the destructions of the defilements. Defilements means klesas. Klesas are those immoral factors which are blackening or darkening our consciousness. They are 10 in number, namely Lobha, Dosa, Moha, Raga, then Issa, Macharya. So there are 10 types of klesas which are making trouble to the human beings. It is the defilements that keep a being wandering in the ocean of rebirth. It is the klesas which make a person to come again and again in this process of repeated existence again and again. The destruction of defilements leads to cessation of suffering. Whenever the defilements are removed, Chitta Sankilesa Sankilesanti, and whenever the defilements are removed, a person becomes purified. So enjoying the taste of the noble truth when suffering ceased completely. So this is the benefit of the paññā. Lastly, Acharya Buddha Ghosh discusses about what is the Visuddhimagga, so how he has written about it. So mainly in a very brief manner here, I am summarizing the whole subject of Visuddhimagga, that it is a very small encyclopedia of Buddhist philosophy. In a very small compendium, all the concepts related with the Buddhist philosophy have been discussed by Acharya Buddha Ghosh. So that is why it is called as a small encyclopedia of Buddhism. Whenever Mahinda introduced Buddhism to Sri Lanka, he wanted to people to study the new religion in their own law. We have discussed about the life history, that how Venerable Mahinda reaches to Sri Lanka and how at the time of Bhattagamani Abhay in the 1st century AD, the texts were written down, and then how the commentaries which were available in the Sinhalese, how Acharya Buddha Ghosh goes to Sri Lanka and he tries to translate all the commentaries available in Sinhalese into Magadhi language. So in the 5th century AD, the Sinhala traditions, he was instrumental in changing the medium of religion from Sinhala to Pali language, that is the Magadhi language, with his works, the Visuddhimagga, a Pali book of very high standard, proper Pali book. Literature commenced in Sri Lanka with the writing of the Visuddhimagga. So in the Sri Lanka also we are not having the proper writing system of Pali literature there. So Visuddhimagga was the text which also encouraged or inspired the Sri Lankans to write the text in Pali. So this is the first proper Pali work written in the island. Subsequent Pali writers maintained the tradition of quality of Pali and improved on it. So this book is the first. Subsequent Pali writers maintained for the highest standard of Pali works also. So the Visuddhimagga is primarily a commentary. It was written as a commentary of 2 verses. We have seen in the Sanjukta Nikaya, Anto Jatai, Bahi Jatai, Jatai Jatita Paja Tam Tam Gotam Puchami, Ko Imam Vichete Jatamti. There is a triangle inside, there is a triangle outside. Oh Gautam, I ask you again and again, who can disentangle this tangle? In answer to this question, the blessed the Acharya, the blessed one in the Sanjukta Nikaya, he has answered that Silepati Thai Naroso Paññā Chittam Paññam Cha Bhavyam Atapi Nipko Bhikkhu So Imam Vijete Jatamti. So this is the based upon that this text was composed by Acharya Buddha Ghosa, and it is nothing but whatever the Buddha has already said. And these are available in our 4 Nikayas, Digha Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, Sanjukta Nikaya, Anguttara Nikaya. These have been interpreted by Acharya Buddha Ghosa in Visuddhimagga. So Visuddhimagga thus a common and a stand-alone commentary not related solely to any one of the Nikayas. He said in the Sumangala Vilasani, which is the commentary of Digha Nikaya, that whatever I have explained well in the Visuddhimagga, I am not going to explain here. In the commentaries to the 4 Nikayas, he often referred to the Visuddhimagga to avoid repeating whatever he has already explained. So the Visuddhimagga is considered as a abridged encyclopedia of Theravada Buddhism. After the Mahaparinibbana of the Buddha, the disciples collected and preserved his teachings into Pitakas. It was Venerable Buddha Ghosa who wrote the Visuddhimagga under a systematic plan of explanation on the practice of path towards realizing Nibbana in the Theravada tradition. So the Visuddhimagga is also a practical guide for the meditators who meditate to purify their minds. So only is how a person can purify his consciousness by the 3 trainings, namely Sila, Samadhi and Paññā. So Buddha Ghosa composed the Visuddhimagga for the benefit of the monks who do not know the direct path to purification and thus fail to achieve purifications in spite of their strivings. After the Parinibbana of the Buddha, the Mahatheras were guiding the monks who were meditating to realize Nibbana. With the passage of the time, those who were striving to purify their minds were fast diminishing along with the competent Theras who guided them. So under these circumstances, it is necessary to document and preserve such guidance for the benefits of the future meditators. So Buddha Ghosa has fulfilled such a need with the Visuddhimagga. His work is often referred to as a guide for meditators who are Sramaneras or the Bhikkhus. They can get benefited by this. So Lastly, the Buddha Ghosh says that he composed the Visuddhimagga after collecting the relevant expositions of the commentaries of the five Nikayas. The work is free from errors, and he requests those with pure wisdom to show due respect to the book. Before he stopped writing, he records that he composed the book by accepting the suggestion of Venerable Sanghapala of the Mahavihar. So this is about the subject matter of Visuddhimagga. So we are So if you have any question, you can ask.
Sir, namaskar.
Namaskar.
Sir, how many books are written by Buddha Ghosh, sir?
There are so many books written by Acharya Buddha Ghosh. If you go through in the last class, I think in the beginning of this Visuddhimagga, I had discussed about the commentaries also. That what is the commentaries, what is anicca. So if you go through the whole 5 books of Vinaya Pitaka, they have been written down by Acharya Buddha Ghosh, like Samantapasadika and Kankha Vitarni is the commentary of Patimokha, Bhikkhu Patimokha and Bhikkhuni Patimokha, and Mahavagga, Chulavagga, Parajika, Pachitya, they have been commented by Acharya Buddha Ghosh in the name of Samantapasadika. If you come to the Sutta Pitaka, then first book is called as Dignikaya. In Dignikaya, which has been commented by Acharya Buddha Ghosh, name of the commentary is Sumangal Vilasani. Then Majjhima Nikaya, that is the Papancha Sudhini, it was written by Acharya Buddha Ghosh. Sarath Pakasani, it is the commentary of Sanjukta Nikaya. It was written by Acharya Buddha Ghosh, and Anguttara Nikaya has been also written by the commentary of Anguttara Nikaya in the name of Manorath Purani. But coming to the Khuddaka Nikaya, all the 15 texts have been not commented by Acharya Buddha Ghosh. Only few of them, like Dhammapada, Itivuttaka, Udana, then Sutanipat, then Jataka, but others like Charyapitaka, Buddhavans, they have been written by Dhammapala. They have been, the commentaries have been written by. So out of the 15 texts, there are only 7-8 texts which have been written by Acharya Buddha Ghosh. Coming to Abhidhamma Pitaka, the Dhammasangani, there are 7 texts in the Dhammasangani. The first text, Dhammasangani, has been commented by Acharya Buddha Ghosh in the name of Attasalani. The second book is Vibhanga, which was commented by Acharya Buddha Ghosh in the name of Sammoha Vinodani. And the remaining 5 texts like Dhatu Katha, Pugalpayati, Kathavathu, Yamak and Paṭṭhāna, these 5 texts of Abhidhamma Pitaka were also commented by Acharya Buddha Ghosh in the name of Panchapakarana Atkatha. So these are some of the texts which were written by Acharya Buddha Ghosh. If you go through he has written down only the commentaries available on the books of Vinaya Pitaka, Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka. So these were the texts which were commented by our Acharya Buddha Ghosh.